and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I'm glad you're here today. First of all, if you're new here, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of the running content that I have coming out all the time. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I've been training really hard for the OT 50, the Ouachita Trail 50 miler and 50K that took place over this last weekend, and I did it. I finished my first ever 50K. It was slow, it was painful, but I got it done. And let's just take a look, first of all, at some of the highlights of the day. Here we go. So let's take a look at what I am packing. Here in my drop bag, I have an entire extra outfit just in case anything is going wrong with any part of my outfit. I have shoes, socks, I've got an extra bra, underwear. I mean, if anything is going wrong or chafing me, then I've got it. I've got extra fuel, I have extra hydration, I have my body glide. So I am covered there just in case something goes wrong and I need to change something at the halfway point. Meanwhile, my crew bag has extra hydration as well. I have got stuff for my eyes in case something goes wrong with my contacts and all the wind and dirt out there. I have my crew notebook that has all the race information, checklist of what we need to check at every aid station, reminders of how to access every aid station where crew is allowed. I have some time goals here, so he knows kind of when to expect me, elevation chart here, maps of the area. So he is totally covered since my husband is crewing me. So he's got all the information there. I have my extra sunscreen and extra tri-slide in case something is chafing. Right here, I have KT tape. In this pocket right here, I have extra charging stuff for my watch and headphones and phone, just in case something goes wrong there. And then of course there's all the usual stuff that I carry in my backpack, like first aid kit. I'll have fuel and hydration in there as well. All the regular soft flasks of stuff that I carry. So I think I've got all of my bases. As far as how I'm feeling a day before the race, I am not looking forward to the temperature at the starting line. It's going to cool down and be below freezing for the first couple of hours of the race, and I do not do well in the cold. I am bringing some extra stuff with me. I have like some hand warmers that I'll have with me. Of course, I'll have gloves and stuff and layers, and then I'm just going to have to shed layers as the race goes on and leave them with my crew as I take them off at aid stations and just kind of get through it as best I can. I have an A goal, B goal, and C goal of 7 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, and 10 hours. So that's kind of where I'm headed there. But honestly, as long as I cross the finish line before the 13-hour cutoff, I'll be happy. I'll just be happy if I can get to the finish line. So it's going to be a rough start, I'm sure. I'm going to have to focus on pacing. I just have to remember that, you know, it's easy to bank time, but you can't bank energy, and that's what I'm going to need in order to get me through the last part of the race. So feeling nervous. I'm going to have to get up really early in the morning in order to get to the start line before 5:30 to make sure that I'm checked in and have my bib and to give them my drop bag. So I guess we'll catch back up with you in the morning. Starting line. It is super cold, but I guess I'm ready to do this. Super nervous.
I just really needed it.
Here we go. First aid station behind me. I am now climbing Pinnacle Mountain, which I practiced a few times. I'm trying to conserve energy, so we'll see how things turn out. Leaving the first full aid station. My time is slower than I expected, but I am just here to finish. Just enjoying my day out in the woods. A little bit of a nervous gut so far, but other than that, hydration is on point and everything's going okay. So let's keep going. Coming out of the second full aid station. So muddy, guys. There was rain yesterday. There's like ankle deep mud through a whole lot of the course, but hey, we'll get through it. They had whiskey shots at that last aid station, so may have to hit them on the way back. Mark, and the field is spread out enough that I am on my own now. So just trying to maintain a consistent pace and keep my brain together. So let's go. Job. Hey, good job. I am approaching the turnaround point. I'm at 16.5 miles. There have been some nasty hills over the past 5 miles. I am tired, and while physically I'm okay, I'm trying not to mentally hit a wall. So hoping stopping at the aid station at the turnaround point will help turn that around. But we'll see. Just got to keep telling myself I can do this. I'm over halfway done, so. Okay, I've left the turnaround point, refilled my water bottles, and ate some chips and a pickle. So still having nervous stomach, so I'm trying not to overdo it. But the good news is I am over halfway done, and I don't have to go up a mountain this time around on the way back. So that's definitely a plus. That's 20 miles. I am sore. I'm not really able to run much anymore, but you know what? Just want to get to the finish line in one piece. Just left another aid station. I'm at 25 miles. I just got to hold it together a little bit longer. Oh, it's hard. My feet are so swollen and sore. I really can't run much anymore. I just got to get to the end. Okay, that's a marathon. Just a little more to go. Okay. just came through the Pinnacle aid station. Thank you to the Girl Scouts who are volunteering there. Met up with my husband in the parking lot right past the aid station, and told me everything's looking good. I've slowed down a lot, but I'm still at a fairly good pace. And now it's just a final push to the finish line. Let's see what we can do. So there you go, just a brief look at some of the experience of the day. Like I said, it was slow, and it kept getting a little slower as the day went along. As it turned out, some of the problem of me thinking that it was slow was the fact that my watch was not picking up GPS. Also, my watch died about 8 hours into the run, and so I had to rely on Strava to record the rest of the run for me. But I finished and I lived. I am not injured. Don't get me wrong, I am still very sore. My quads absolutely hate me, and I am definitely retiring those shoes now that that run is over. I'm gonna switch to something different, but I managed to get it done, and man, I am so glad that I did it. I feel so accomplished, really, that I set this high goal for myself and that I got it done. And like I said, it wasn't the strongest finish or anything like that. I wasn't the fastest runner there by any means. I believe out of around 80 or so runners for the 50K, I finished somewhere in the 60s. I think I was like number 63, but I got it done, and I am only there to just run my race my way, and that's what I did. I made it to the finish line in one piece, and that was the big goal. I had a pretty lofty A goal set of 8 hours, and I think my C goal was 10 hours, and I made it in, as you saw, in 9 hours 21. So I am very happy with that finish, especially for my first time being out there, and especially considering how many hills were on that course. There was just so much elevation that I conquered that day, in addition to climbing Pinnacle. Honestly, I think climbing Pinnacle may have been one of the easier parts of it because I still had energy at that point. But let's take a look at the medal. Now, they did give us a choice of medals at the end of it. They had some that they had pre-purchased and some that were handmade by a local artist, and that is the one that I went with. This is the Ouachita 50 Finishers Medal, and it was made by Chrissy Ferguson, who is a local artist. This is ceramic and beautifully hand-painted, and she signed all of the medals so that you know who made it. So this is really special to me, and I still can't believe that I actually crossed the line of a 50K. You could kind of see my reaction there at the end with covering my face, because I was just in shock that I was able to make it that far. But if you are interested about hearing kind of a blow-by-blow look at the race, looking at my fueling, my nutrition, my thoughts, my pacing, things like that, I'm going to have a live stream Thursday the 14th right here on this channel at 11 o'clock Central. That is 12 o'clock Eastern and 9 o'clock Pacific. So if you would like to join me here on the channel, I'm going to be taking your questions. If you don't think that you're going to be able to make it, but you would still like to ask me something, make sure that you drop a comment down below or on any of my social media links so that I can make sure that I get your question answered, and then you can watch it later in the replay, because I am going to have it up to watch after the fact. But I have so many people to thank. I want to thank all of you for supporting me and encouraging me as I went along this training journey. Super huge thanks to my husband, who was my crew for that day. He met me at every aid station to make sure that I had everything that I needed, that I was staying fueled and hydrated, that there was nothing that was hurting me or anything like that, and making sure that I was staying on track, updating me on my time and my pacing. And thanks to Noelle, you see some pictures of us climbing up Pinnacle. We came up at the same time and we ran a few miles together, so I got to know her. We kept passing each other back and forth throughout the course of the race, so it was really great to get to meet some other runners that were out there. Of course, all of the people that manned the aid stations there, who were so extremely helpful. Just every single time a runner came in, looking after us, asking what they could do to help us on our way, making sure that we had everything we needed, that we were fueled, that we were safe. The safety on this course was amazing. The trail was incredibly well marked. It was just an absolutely wonderful experience. People have asked me already, would I do it again? Kind of hard to say since I am still in so much pain from running, but yes, this is definitely one that I would check out again. I would probably do a little more training on my quads just to make sure that they are ready to take on the challenge ahead of them. But yes, this is definitely one that is worth experiencing. It is not the easiest 50K out there because of a whole lot of the elevation and some of the semi-technical trails that are out there. But if you like a challenge, then this is definitely it. So again, make sure that you check in here on Thursday at 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern, so that I can answer your questions and talk a little bit more detail about what went on over the course of the race. This is your second reminder that if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it keeps you up to date on everything that I'm doing here. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thank you again so much for being here. I can't wait to see you next time. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. See you guys later.